sunnier today. I noticed earlier that the audio on most of the broadcast was really strange. Very, very strange. This is interesting. Psychology hacks. How to be confident in a conversation. Whenever you walk into a group of friends, walk a step ahead of everyone when you are either of the corners. Walk a step behind when you are in the middle. Seeing people in your peripheral vision makes you confident. Okay. I don't know what that means. Whenever an individual or business decides that success has been obtained, progress stops. Thomas J. Watson. That must be an old one. Lorenzo. Hello, sir. Good to see you there. Tonight we're just going to read some quotes for a few minutes. Someone has to start. Someone has to step forward and do what is right, because it is right. That's interesting. But what is right to one person may not be right to another, right? It is just a thought, a feeling, right? These are all feelings. I believe this one's good. Seek mastery. Success usually comes slowly, then suddenly. Always remain patient while compounding your efforts. I agree with that. Yes, when people show they can do it, they won't do it again. I'm not totally sure what that means. Yes, when people show they can do it, then they won't do it again. Okay. I do like this one, though. Somebody has to start, someone has to step forward and do what is right because it is right. On the first one. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. Okay, makes sense. That's the thing with text, right? You never know. You're like, wow. This is crazy. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we have no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I like that. Sounds catchy, like it could be a song. Wow. Some of these I can't read. They're out there. This is wild. It's been a cool day, though. It's been a very cool day. I've enjoyed myself today. I really have. I love this. I'm realistic. I expect miracles. I think if you have the anticipation that things are going to fall into place, they will. Yes, even in South Texas. Is that where you're from? Sunday Night Smoke. What's up, man? How you doing? How's life? You treating yourself well? I noticed there's a few people broadcasting tonight. I haven't seen you broadcast for a while. What's going on? Oh, this is hilarious. There's this bear inside this huge tub, splashing around, having the time of its life. OG Classic Jones. What's good? Any new Happs updates? I don't know. We got Rick here. Let's bring Rick up. He's calming. Let's see. See what he has to say. All right. All right. We got Sunday Night Smoke. Good. Okay. He's invited. And then we'll also invite Steven. How are you? I miss you. How have you been? Are you okay? We're all a little, I think, off kill, right? A lot been going on for a long time. Give me a sec. Sure. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we don't want you to wake up anybody. Yeah. Busy tonight. Interesting. Okay. All right. You talking to me? Yes, I'm talking to you, Steven. Yeah. I don't think I've ever had OG up. Like, ever. Oops. That one. There. That'll work. Okay. We're good. Do this. Click this. What have you guys noticed the biggest change with the beta? For me, the sound, if you have more than one person, gets crazy. At least it was today. Oh, look at Milton's up too. Hi, Milton. How are you? Milton, what time is it where you are right now? But Milton's sound today was good. I found James's sound, it was a little wacky. He kept going in and out. And then I just watched Tony D and Ted Hicks, and it was echoing really bad. Is it echoing on mine right now, by any chance? Or does it sound good? I like this. I hope you're having an absolutely beautiful, wonderful, grateful day today. Namaste. That's nice. Interesting. Connection to Twitter has failed. Oh, Rick Costa. Okay. All right, not myself. Yeah, that's the thing too. When you live with other people, you have to be careful, right? You have to be careful of noise. I get it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So tell me about this number one, number two, number three people. I, you
Did
know,
you
I,
watch it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Go on my thing and look for it, man. I want your thoughts for real. I don't know if Lenny saw it, JD
Yeah.
saw it, and he said he agreed with everything except for one little part of it. And I was like, okay. I still think what I think though. But yeah.
Yeah, and you can't change what people feel. Like people's feelings are their feelings, right?
Yeah.
So it can be totally different than what I feel, but it doesn't mean it's any less right,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
Unless you're saying things like, you know, Michael blows up dogs, in his spare time, or like something crazy,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Michael
funny.
eats yellow snow or something, like yeah,
Ooh,
yeah, not
yuck.
good. How are you holding up? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's tough living with a mom with dementia, so it's pretty tough. Like yesterday, I didn't go to bed till like 4, so I was exhausted all day.
Oh wow. How do you get through
You know,
work?
exactly. It's not easy. And then I have between work and the broadcast like just a half an hour, so
Yeah.
that's I gotta like kind of shake off of work everything and then get on the Haps and be like, "Hey, everybody!" Not that I'm being fake, but you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying. I don't want to bring anybody else down. I want to lift people up. So
Yeah, but you also have to take care of yourself.
yeah, and I do
Yeah.
vent on there sometimes. They listen to me. So
Now, do you have like kids, family, the whole bit as well, or
I have a son.
yeah,
Unfortunately, got divorced at like he was like 3 years old, I think, at the
yeah.
time. Now he's 22.
Oh my God.
College, going to be yeah, physical
How
therapy he's
old are
going
you, if you don't
for.
mind me asking?
I think I made you guess one time and you under what I was, but I'm 51.
Okay. Yeah, because you look
Yeah,
to me like 35 to 40. Yeah. Like, and if you didn't
I
have
get,
any gray, who knows? You'd be rocking it.
yeah,
You got
yeah.
good genes. You got the good genes, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's from my mom's side of the family. Milton, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's tough. It's very, very tough. Yep, because she sees things and she fully believes it's there, and you cannot convince her that it's not there. And it's like you're trying to argue and you can't argue. It's like
Oh,
the house is surrounded by people. In the past, she's called the cops up to 7 times
yeah.
saying that the house was surrounded. And they're like, "We're looking around, lady, and we don't see anything." It's like, "How do you not see them?" I keep saying, "Mom, they don't see it. Stop calling them. You're wasting their time." It's tough. It's really, really tough.
So if you repeatedly call them, do you get on a list of this could be a crazy
I,
person?
I think I actually asked, like, "Can we get in
Yeah.
trouble?" And they were like,
Yeah,
"Nah,
what will
we
they
won't."
charge you? That's the other thing for a fake call or I don't think they
Nah.
can if it's mental illness.
Yeah, nah. From what I understand, no. So yeah, because I actually thought about that. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, what if we get in some kind of trouble?" But no,
Yeah.
they said
So what do you recommend for people who are kind of depressed right now? It's for some people just the lack of light. For
no.
me, when I go for a long walk, I feel always much better than I did. Like today, I
Mm-hmm.
went for a nice walk. I did some physical exercise. I did some hill training. I was
Mm-hmm.
about puking a lung up, but it was good.
Yeah. Oh, Milton, sorry you're on cancer for your wife's mom. Yeah, it takes medication messing with her mentally. Yeah. Oh my gosh, one time, uh, never forget. So they put her on a
Mm-hmm.
different sleep medicine. I think it was Ambien. Everybody knows about Ambien.
Okay.
And she was and this was several years ago. She didn't have dementia then,
Yeah.
but she was talking so insane, saying the most crazy things. And I was supposed to go to New York to a comic book convention, Comic Con, like the next morning. But I'm down, like it's a 3 family house. So I used to live upstairs, but now I had to move down with her because just can't leave her alone
Yeah.
now. Just can't trust her. But she was talking the craziest things, doing the craziest things, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what happened? Did she have a stroke? I didn't know what happened." So I was like, "Well, let me sleep down here." And then I woke up and she was outside for some reason, right outside the door, just looking around, just checking her property. And I was like, "Mom, are you okay?" She goes, "Huh? What are you doing down here?" I was like, "What do you mean, what am I doing down here? You freaked me out last night with all that stuff you were saying. What are you talking about?" She didn't remember any of it. So I was like, "Okay, you fine? You seem fine now." Okay. So then I finally went to New York and I was like, "Because you got to pay for those things." So I was like, oh, but yeah, medicine can mess you up big time. Yeah. But anyway, back to your question. Yeah, exercise definitely makes a big difference. James, where are you? Oh, he got pissed last earlier. So did you hear about that?
No.
He was on a guy's broadcast, and I guess it's a guy that used to be on here maybe more, and now he's back. And he
Mm-hmm.
gave him like a ton of consecutive heart bombs, and the guy blocked him, and he got totally ticked off. But what are you gonna do? But yeah,
So
definitely.
the guy got
Because this,
upset because he kept giving him heart bumps.
yeah, and he blocked him. And James went off. Yeah, Steven, this thing is on.
Now, was James
But yeah,
doing it to be disruptive or funny?
I don't I don't think he meant to. I think he was trying to like show love.
Yeah.
It was a lot though. It was like maybe like 15 or 20 in a row.
Was it
But
Ted? Was it Ted he did it? No, Ted wouldn't block.
no.
No. I can
He had True something, not the Christian guy, it's a black guy. Oh my gosh, Steven, you're too
Oh, I
funny.
knew who you mean. I knew who you mean.
Yeah,
Yep. I know
yeah.
exactly. And he's a Christ follower as well.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I
But
think I know who you mean. He took off for a while and now he's
mhm,
back. But I always had
yeah.
suspicions he was somebody else.
He showed
Yeah.
his face. He was on camera.
Right, right. Oh no, he shows his face, but then in another thing doesn't.
Okay.
And I always thought, God, that voice is the same. But it could just be
Mm,
similar. You
maybe.
never know,
Maybe.
right? Yeah,
You
you
never
and I
know.
don't
You
have
never
time for
know.
that.
No,
No.
no.
Your life is too
But
full
oh
to
yeah,
be doing
too
that.
much. I don't have
Go.
time for drama. But yes, exercise definitely helps. People don't realize it really, because like when I lost the 40 pounds, wow, what a change it made in so many aspects of my life.
In what
But
way?
yeah, it gives you, you get more energy. You feel like you
Yes.
can think clearer.
Oh yeah, especially.
Just your mood is just better. You're just in a better mood. It's really, really good to move. And we're not saying like you have to join a gym or you have to become a bodybuilder or whatever. Just
Yeah.
move somewhat, move something. Like I just
Yeah.
walked. Literally, when I lost the 40 pounds, Michael, I didn't no gym, no lifting weights, nothing. All I did was walk an hour a day,
Yeah.
and I
That's
made
all
sure
it
I got
takes.
10,000 steps a day because that's it.
Yeah.
The American Cancer Society recommends.
Are you eating
That's all I
better?
did.
Are you eating
Then
better
I
though?
did. Then I did. Yeah. Now living with my mom, it's kind of crazy now. But
Yeah.
yeah, at that point, yeah, I ate really, really good.
I eat great now. Really good. I
Hmm.
have to. Yeah, when you get past a certain age, you don't burn calories the same way. Even if you do the same exercise,
Yeah.
you can never out exercise your mouth, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You can eat yourself into calorie like it would take you a week. Like if
Yeah.
you go to a
Yeah.
buffet, it could take you for ages to get through it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Steven says I burn bridges. I bet you do. But not a good idea, by the way. 'Cause you never know when you might need that person one day. So
Well, you shouldn't, period, because we're all connected. I think we are.
yeah.
I think we're all very much connected. And that, when we say or do mean things to other people, it does circle around. Even if it's
Hmm.
in truth, we have to remember sometimes that that's their truth,
Hmm.
where they are currently. Like you're a
Yeah.
very different person, like you said it, since you lost the 40 pounds. So
Hmm.
if you were to talk about diet and, the benefits to that person who was 40 pounds overweight, you might just shame them more so than, in the sense, inspire them. So I think the key though is to keep consistent, and I
Oh
think
yeah.
you are.
Definitely. You have to force. You literally have to force yourself. Like, of course, there's going to be days. Yeah, Steven, don't feed the trolls. When somebody says something stupid, just ignore it. Don't feed the trolls. I have a whole video on YouTube about that, by the way, how to deal with
Yeah,
trolls. But you have to force yourself. There's going to be days where like I do not feel like doing this. I'm not going to do it. But you got to make yourself like body. You are not going to be the boss of me.
yeah,
You're going to do what I tell you to do, not the other way around. And I did
yeah.
it every day, every day.
That's Anthony Robbins. He talks about that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have control over your mind even when you don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Because your body will tell you to go back to bed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Hey Bonnie.
yeah. Now Bonnie C, I've seen a lot today, but I don't even know if Bonnie C and I are following each other. But maybe it's a new picture. A new picture will screw me up because I think I have more of a visual memory than a
Mm.
name memory. Are you the same?
Oh yeah. Oh, faces I don't forget. Names I'm horrible.
Yeah, what is with that?
Everybody's different.
Steven says my body says smoke more. I think that's your
Well,
pain body. Do you know what the pain body is?
your lungs might say something different, but
Yeah.
pain body, you said?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of that term? The pain body?
Mm-mm.
Eckhart
Mm-mm.
Tolle talks about the pain body, and that's people who are very depressed or sad will feed the pain body, and one of the ways to tame the pain body is to smoke marijuana because it numbs you.
Mm. Okay,
But
yeah.
I think it's amazing for chronic pain. I think it's
Mm.
far better than those opiates they give people, which are crazy addictive.
Oh God, yeah.
They're
The,
dangerous.
Oh yeah.
I love this. Jesus is my doctor. Is Bonnie a good friend of yours? Is that part
She
of
comes
your
to my
community?
broadcasts. I think so. Yeah. There's an old like a. It's almost not a Negro spiritual, but it's like a
Yeah.
an old song, and there's a whole video and everything. Well, not a video, but they're singing it. But there's a song as it goes, Jesus. It's an old lady, and she's
Yeah.
singing, Jesus is my doctor. He writes out all my prescriptions. He gives me all of my medicine in my room. And it's a funny video. It's cute.
It's cute. It
Because
does sound cute.
I don't want to wear anyone call loneliness is pathetic, but whatever. Well, it's not whatever. No, it's not whatever. It's, your
Well,
feelings are valid.
I think every human being goes through forms of depression.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on this planet long enough, you're going to suffer. It's part of the course. You're going to have great joy. You're going to have suffering. You're going to have clarity. I feel though, for myself, a lot of the storms that came on with Happs changing have
Mm.
subsided. I feel like people are now calming down
Well, yeah,
and
because
adjusting.
now people are trickling back a little bit.
Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Who's been trickling back? That anybody I
Well,
know?
that one guy, the old guy that blocked James, apparently he was
Mm-hmm.
a guy that was gone, and here and there, I'm hearing like, oh yeah, did you hear that guy came back? And it's people that again, I didn't used to watch Hubs at all. I literally just used to broadcast. So I'm just hearing other people saying like, oh yeah, here so and so's coming back. But then they're also saying like, oh, they're on Twitch now. Da, da, da. And I'm like, but you're on Haps, and if you have Twitch, you're also on Twitch already. So
Yeah.
what's
Are
different?
you more social now than you were on here? Do you think?
We're
Like six
oh, you
months
mean
ago?
on Haps?
Yeah.
I literally did not watch almost anybody in Haps before.
Right. But you're in a lot of other broadcasts now. You're like me. You float around a
Now,
bit. Yeah,
now,
that's
yeah,
good.
but
Yeah.
I never did this before.
This is good. Is this a way for
Yeah,
you to branch out?
I mean, yeah, exposure, right? I guess. And I love talking to different people that
Yeah.
have different ideas and
I
perspectives and
smoke.
way of thinking.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Smoke gonna have the mask on.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
just gonna
That's
do
that's
this.
Slam TV. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
I'm in
okay.
smoke mode today. Yeah.
He's
Ah,
chill.
okay.
He's
How
chill.
you doing? How you doing, guys?
And we know him, so we're good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
information
yeah.
man.
Now,
Hey,
if you
Info Man,
suddenly
what's up?
sounded like Mike Tyson, I'd be worried.
No, it's the same guy. It is what it is.
What do you think
Yeah.
of that fight, by the way? Like if
Um,
I I would not want to be hit by Tyson. I'm
no,
sorry at any age.
no,
I don't
probably not.
even if
I'd
I
rather
was
get
20,
jumped.
I don't think that's a wise. Like even if he gets two shots in, you're done.
I'd rather get jumped by a few guys than one on one with that guy. All good info, man. My
Mm.
man. Thanks for visiting, bro.
But
How's
but
everything?
do you remember
Yeah.
the George Foreman grill?
Yes, I do.
Do
Of
you,
course, everyone does.
do you remember that? Okay, so when he went back, he was really overweight. They
Yes.
considered him a bit of a joke.
When he returned to boxing,
Yeah, when he returned, and he knocked
he
out
knocked
quite
out
a few.
Michael Mora
Nobody
for the
knocked out a lot of
championship. Yeah, he
people.
won the title. Yes, he won the title
Yeah,
again.
but they
Yeah,
underestimated him, and
yeah.
he looked honestly slow and sloppy.
Didn't
I'm
matter.
looking at Tyson right now, and I'm like, that's not far off of his prime. I see him
Mm.
warming up, and I'm hearing him hitting the pads, and hitting the guy's body with the pads on, and he's like, whoa, stop.
Yes.
He could hit you in the ribs so hard that your hands would just automatically go down.
Mm.
Did you fellas see the exhibition match with Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson
That was a joke.
months ago? Yeah, but Roy Jones was like, "Oh, like yo, bro, take it easy, man." He was like, "Yo, like you really breaking me down, bro. Relax."
Well, yeah,
Roy Jones was like, "Yo,
I
take
think
it
that was
easy,
a
man."
gentleman's. I think that was a gentleman's match. Where this,
Yeah.
because you
Still,
know,
if a gentleman match does that, I don't want to see the ungentleman.
Well, he's already said he's gonna. What did he say? I'm gonna mess him up. He said that recently because the kid's mouthing off now.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, he said I'm gonna mess him up.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it's not peaceful.
Oh.
No,
Ooh.
I no, yeah, no. So I don't quite understand these. Like it's all about money. It's got to be money, number one, right?
Yes.
But
One
I've
last
always been
payday.
fascinated by Tyson. Like he presents as not the sharpest knife, and yet he's bright.
Yeah.
And he got really soft there for a while and kind of gentle,
Mm-hmm.
and then someone awakened the giant again in him. And I think all of us have that in us, the dark and the light,
Yes.
and he's definitely awakened the dark again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's right. But you think
That's
if
all I
you've
gotta
had
say.
that many shots to the head, you'd want to stop.
Right.
Well, well, you got to look at his career until after he came back from the incarceration for the alleged rape charges. Um, before that, he didn't get hit at all, except by Buster Douglas a few times. But other than that, he didn't get hit. After that, he started taking the headshots, I guess. Yeah, in the later on stages of the career when he used to have to mix it up when you know what I mean? Like
When
he
he
like
was really young, the fights
when he
didn't
was
last more
young.
than 2 to 3 rounds.
Yeah, he didn't get hit at all. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, he got
Before he
hit.
got
He got hit.
derailed, before his career got sidetracked with the prison stint, he didn't get hit at all. Probably except by Buster Douglas when he lost, and that was right before because remember he lost the title and then the
Yeah.
alleged charges and then everything went downhill. But yeah, I guess he took a few headshots afterwards, but not like the average boxer. Like the first half of the career, he didn't get hit at all. The second half, I guess he took some headshots. But
Well, I've never been knocked out. I've
me
never
neither, thank
blacked
God.
out, and I've seen. And when I was younger, I got in my share of fights. I saw stars a couple times. You know what I mean? You get that, but he would hit people so hard, like they wouldn't brace themselves. It was like someone turned the light off.
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't think I'd ever
Yeah.
want to experience that,
No.
Mm.
where you don't brace yourself.
No. There's a difference
So
between knocked down and getting knocked out
out.
cold. And there's knocked out and there's knocked out cold. He was putting them out cold. At least they got paid for it.
Yeah.
So our sound isn't
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
our sound isn't echoing. I noticed with Tony Deese it was echoing. I did a broadcast earlier today, it was echoing. So they must be doing some changes to the platform.
So are you using headphone smoke or no?
Yes, yeah, I'm in the studio. Yes.
So that's why. You only time
Headphone
you're gonna hear
and pro mic.
echoing happens because the microphone is picking up what's coming through a speaker. But we're not. None
Mm-hmm.
of us are using speakers. We're using headphones. So the mic it's not loud enough through here that the microphone's picking it up.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that one where Tony D was on with the other guys, the two other guys, as soon as Tony came on, it started echoing. But both of them were using speakers. And they were like, "Oh, it's your fault, Tony." And I'm like, "Well, actually, it's you guys' fault because you guys are the ones using speakers."
Yeah, trying to figure out. Yeah, we sounding good. OG says it sounds great from his side.
Cool.
So we're
I'm
rocking.
glad.
You're exactly right. Yep, we're all set up officially.
We're trying. The Are you feeling any better about the platform now that we're almost 3 weeks in? And I mean, sorry, Happs, to explain myself better. Because to me, I feel like we're at a brand new beginning again. This, like, it doesn't matter what happened before. This is a whole new. It's like we moved into a new house and we're
Kind
adjusting
of.
to the neighborhood and we know some of the neighbors.
We knew
What do
the
you
neighbors from before. Well, he's one of the neighbors. Nice to meet you officially. We've been on before together, right? I think
I don't think
I've
so.
seen, maybe not. Maybe I saw you on someone else's before. I feel like
Come on,
we've
me.
been on before. Yeah.
You might have
Oh,
been.
not. I don't know if we
We haven't
were
been on
on
together,
here
but I've
together. Nah.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I've
but you've
seen you
probably seen
before on
me.
the platform.
I
Yeah, you
think you
probably have.
guys have been on the same show, but not at the same time.
That's what it may have been. Yep. Maybe he
Okay.
was on earlier
Or
and I came on later.
yes,
I was watching, but I know
yes.
I've seen him on the
He
platform before.
first
Nice to
fought
officially meet you.
Tyson, got knocked out. You came up. You were the second round. Tyson knocked you out. Then we
So
brought
we both
Tony
got
D
knocked
up.
out.
He said, "I
Mike,
just want
just
to
run.
tickle you.
Don't fight. Run.
I just want to tickle you." And he said, "Nope." And
So I kind of felt like with the whole change thing, I felt like they just transitioned us into a whole different app, but yet kept the same name. That's kind of what I felt like.
I think that's a good feeling. I think you're right. It feels different than it did.
A lot different.
I miss the music.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we
it
all
was
do.
good, especially in the morning, because I could be
It's not. It's
lazy. I
not.
could put a tune on. I could shave. I could get things ready and come back on. Put another tune on. Keep a good mood going. Now this is a lot of work. Like if you're doing
Mm,
this is you're on the whole time.
Talk radio.
yeah, there's no
It
Welcome
is
to
hiding.
the
time.
wonderful world of radio, my friends.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah,
and, and
definitely.
radio. I want to address something, but I don't want to feel like I'm poking a bear or anything. But
Go
I'm
for it.
noticing that the new platform now is podcast again. It's gone full
Mm,
circle. So you have all these contributors, like, and I'm talking guys that own businesses and stuff. It used to be video
Mm-hmm.
for a while,
Yep.
and now it's podcasts. People want to do a podcast. They want to do like 10-minute ones. They want to do half an hour ones. They want multiple guests. No more than 50 minutes seems to be the limit. But it has shifted. I noticed that.
mm,
And you have these groups now where they don't have the video up the next day or the sound bite up the next day. So I think it's more free flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Twitter Spaces. I better explain what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
Clubhouse, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, but now they're saying they're going to implement within Facebook where you can do a podcast.
Mm. Oh,
Really?
wow.
That's one of the
Oh,
new
wow.
things they're going to implement. Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
because a lot of times people are in the car or they're walking, and they want to listen.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
one of the coolest things that's happened this year, guys, is that there's a spiritual channel I listen to on YouTube, and it's just random videos that they play, like within a mix. And I'm listening, and I'm about halfway into my run, and all of a sudden I hear my own voice. And I went,
Mm.
"Oh, that's kind of cool and weird."
At the same
Oh
time.
my.
And I was on that list of spiritual contributors that is now on the replay. And I was wondering why I suddenly have so many more subscribers with not doing anything. And it was an older
Uh,
video. It's a couple older
Mm.
videos that are just talking about the benefits of spirituality, and it's in now in this loop. And it was a little weird hearing myself, and I kind of went, I know that guy. Who is
Nice.
that?
That's a
What
good
the
thing.
hell? That sounds like me. What the hell
Sounds
it
so
is?
familiar.
It does. Yeah.
Good work.
Well, I think Rick and I could have been brothers in another life. We're similar. He's a
What
little,
do you
he's a
think,
little
Rick?
more chill. He doesn't stir the pot. He's
Oh,
not
Rick,
a
we gotta
pot.
get you a
He's
spoon,
not.
a big
no,
spoon.
no.
He does make
It
videos with
depends.
numbers, though. 1, 2, 3. That was kind of a pot stirrer video. You gotta admit.
Yeah, it depends. I'm actually not like Facebook put me in Facebook jail for 30 days because I said stuff that they didn't like.
Uh
So
oh.
yeah, I got
I
good
loved
reputation
what
on
I
Facebook.
loved that. If you could read it to us, though, what was that you wrote? There was a little quote, and you had something. Do you
From
find it weird when people don't show their faces in a
oh
vid?
yeah, I put it on Facebook and on Twitter. Twitter
Yeah, and
actually,
you got a
I
lot
made
of
it into a
responses.
poll. It
Really?
was actually it had three. It was yes, no, or don't really matter, and it was
Yeah,
literally 33% each one. It's like wow, we're really split here.
yeah. I think you have a lot of people who never want to show their face. Period.
Yeah.
They want to have a certain amount of privacy. Plus, I think if you don't show your face, you can be wilder,
Okay.
Mm.
right?
That's an idea.
Trolls.
Should I turn up a little more?
I
I
mean,
thought I maxed out. Actually, you helped me turn it down a little, Mike. And I
Really?
like
Well,
to thank you
explain
for
that.
that. Well,
Explain that.
no. I don't want to go like on the older platform.
Yeah.
right? I've only been on the Happs platform for about 6 months so far. Actually, it seems like
Mm-hmm.
it seems like longer than it seems like I've been here for a
Decades.
year. But
Decades. The pain.
the pain that I've
The
made, the
suffering.
pain and suffrage that I've put
Yeah.
people through,
Yeah.
as well as
No,
what I've
no, I mean you went
endured.
through. No, no,
Well,
it's not in the
yeah.
script. The
Oh
script
yeah,
says
yeah, yeah. You're right. Well, I have
you,
been.
you're
It's
the
been
victim.
brutal, but I have tough skin.
Okay,
But
we have to redo this whole video. He's got it backwards.
I don't like to play the victim, but it is what it
We all play
is.
the fool.
Everybody
Everybody plays the
plays the
fool
fool
sometimes.
sometimes.
No exception to the
To the
rule.
rule.
Listen, baby. Right? Yeah. Yes. It's all
But
true.
but it's the new platform. I'm just gonna switch gears a little bit. The new
Sure.
platform is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's like you said, it feels like you've been, like Rick said, it feels like we've just been taken from one app and put onto another, like a totally different type of. I don't mean, not directly quote you, but kind of the idea that you were getting at, like we've been taken from one and placed somewhere else. It's different. Actually, I saw Peter in a chat room yesterday, and I don't remember whose broadcast because I was kind of just
Yeah.
scrolling around, and he says some features will be back in the next few weeks,
Good.
Oh
actually.
yeah.
And I'm
OG
quoting him on this.
Classic Jones, I did invite
What?
you up if you want to come up just so we can meet you.
Oh
My
yeah,
audience.
yeah. OG's been on. We've been on with OG. Yeah, people that haven't met OG. OG's been on with us before. The other
He
day he
hasn't
was
been
on
on
with
my
us.
show though.
Yeah, come on up with the mic. Come on up with the mic. Let's
Yeah, he's got a
introduce you
really
to the
nice voice, right? He's got that.
mainstream.
He's got a great voice, if I'm correct.
He's got a
And he's
nice
fun.
setup too, and he's working OBS. He can do. He's multi.
Oh,
He's pretty good actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
he's got some stuff going.
I
He's got the
tried that,
music.
man, and other people tried it, and people who have better setups than me were like, "This
He
doesn't
can
work."
probably put you onto a few things. Come on up, OG. OG.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm
You
gonna
could.
wait. He can come up, but I'm gonna wait
Hmm.
for the features to come. And I think in some ways this is a test for me
Okay.
to be doing this
Oh,
because I was getting lazy. I got to be honest.
really?
Mm.
Yeah, I play a
I
song
saw
and
you
talk,
working, bro.
say a few words, and get
Okay.
lazy and play another song. Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
It's
What's up?
not like this.
Hmm.
Oh, somebody's trying to start a pot.
Yeah,
Oh,
smoke. If you can do
let me
the,
explain that to Joe.
yeah,
Yeah.
he
Um.
knows. He knows.
I know. I know. I'm just being silly. I'm just being
He's just
silly.
being
Yeah,
silly,
see
man.
that.
But go ahead. Go
Look at
ahead for
the
those
smiley
Just a
at the end.
disclaimer. Just
Yeah.
a disclaimer. Me and Mike have met off. I know. I know. I know, Joe. I know. I know. Me and Mike have met off camera. For
Yeah.
those that are watching and
Bye,
don't
middleman.
really understand, we've met off camera and had an extensive conversation before. So,
Yeah.
Me
um,
too.
and that was a feature that we could actually perform before, and I like it
Yeah.
because we could actually at the end of the show we could hang out back. It's like
Yeah.
backstage hangout. You know how it
See,
goes.
you
You
see
can
my
hang out
Christmas jacket there?
backstage
Okay.
and you can
See
speak to
that.
people. I know no story needed. No, 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 not for you, Joe. I'm talking about for the other people because there are going to
Yeah.
be some people that are out there listening that are not in the chat room and maybe thinking the same exact thing. So I'd like to clarify that just one more time for the record. So that's what that's all about.
I would love for all of us, though, in December to be peaceful with each other. And we're going to have differences of opinions at times. And I'm really talking to myself as well here. This is some self chat as well.
Let's
This
do it.
isn't just me sending it to you, it is me sending it to me. Um, I really I want us in December to be as peaceful as possible as we can, and I'm even very selective of who I let up now. Smoking, like I've probably lost 10 friends being Smoke's friend. So I really
Wow.
value Smoke,
Wow.
and
Because
I
why?
think you're a great guest. I think there's
Uncontroversial.
depth to you. You're I don't know. You're one of my favorite people to talk to.
We
And
Can
Rick,
I
spoke
ask?
off camera. The thing is, like, people wouldn't
Yeah.
understand that because they only see what's broadcasted. You understand what I mean? But like speaking, I mean, we have good conversation on broadcast, but off broadcast, I think we had a great conversation, and you may have got to see a little more into me because remember, the podcast that the show that I put on. Rick,
Yes, sir.
just letting you know, I have a podcast on here, Sunday Night Smoke podcast, and on the
You're
old
allowed to
platform,
promote yourself, Smoke.
it's
Same
I
with you,
have
Rick.
to,
Promote,
but I have to,
promote away.
and I want people to understand, what it is like, because
Yes.
and this will give Rick a little more insight on why he
Mm-hmm.
loses friends because of his association with me. Okay, um, when I come on other people's podcast, hey, what's up, Warrior Grandma? Um, I think that's who that is. I think.
Yeah, yeah,
How you
yeah, yeah.
doing? Okay.
Is that a new?
Yeah, some of the names are different. Like I
Yeah,
try to,
people are switching things up. It's
it's all good though. How you doing? But like the show, because it's a show, it's entertainment. Okay, it's not who I am. I'm in character. Okay, when I'm performing on the podcast, it's a comedic.
mm,
When you read the bio, it clearly says it's an unfiltered comedic. So it's like you're going to a stand-up comedy show
yes,
and a podcast all in one. So there's going to be jokes. There's going to be some jokes that are not going to be sensitive to everyone. And it clearly says it's adult, strong language, adult content, and it's not for those that are sensitive. Okay. So it's a
yes,
clear warning letting people know, listen, this is what you're in store for. Okay. So I'm in character when I'm doing my show. Okay. But
Mm,
that is, of course, part of who I am. So it's not like I'm pretending to be someone else, but there's still an entertainment element to what we do on the show. Or should I say to what I do on the show? Okay. So people need to understand that. So they may look at the views that they may have seen on one particular episode, whether it have been political or XYZ, because we cover a whole range of topics. And they may be like,
mhm,
oh, that guy, he's terrible. Mike, how could you talk to this guy? You understand what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? They don't really know
mm,
they don't really understand who I am as a person. They just only can view me. It's just like watching wrestling and seeing a guy from wrestling on the street and getting mad at him. He's
Yeah.
entertaining you. You understand?
Can I give you an example of something that was wrong
Okay.
within myself?
Hmm.
Because I remember the first time that I saw Rick, a much heavier Rick. I already had in my head a pre-notion of what he was going to be because
Mm.
he was a Christian and he had a show with, and I paintbrushed him with some people that weren't necessarily what I would deem to be great Christians. But because he came in with that banner, I assumed he was the same. And then we got to know each other on other shows, and I was like, I really like this guy. And almost beyond me wanting to, because I had already had this pre notion in my head
mm,
of what he was. And I think with you, now that you're showing your softer side, people are like, yeah, I like him. He's not just that character. So for you, it's almost like Saturday Night Live
Mm.
here on Happs. They don't realize that. They think that's who you are 24/7. Well, guess
Yeah.
what? Rick is not probably that version exactly 24/7. He probably has moments when he's swearing and upset, but he knows,
that's right.
like I do, there's a certain level of professionalism that you have to maintain. You can't go on here and lose your mind. Now, if I was 20, oh God, I, they'd be threatening me every day. You can't be on here. You can't say that. Why are you doing that? You're hurting
Hmm.
people. Like,
Yeah.
because when I was younger, it was always about me being right.
Hmm.
Mm,
Where now it's like, you know what? That's their opinion. That's a feeling, right? That's how I address everything. And the other thing I've learned too is that if I was to go talk to my 20-year-old self, I wouldn't even listen to me.
Hmm.
I know what I would be like. Oh, listen, you fat old man, go away. What do you know? Just move on, sir. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Take your spiritual Bible or whatever you got and just move the fuck on. Right? And that would be who I was then. But I think a lot of it was I was just angry.
Mm,
But if you told me I was angry, I would probably got more angry.
Because you wouldn't
so,
have known, like, angry about what? Get out of here. I'm
I
mad at
was
you
angry
now.
about everything. I was just,
Mm.
yeah, and I think it because I wasn't dealing with my pain. And if you don't deal with your pain, it's masked as anger.
mhm,
Got you. Look at what Berman says. Yes, Michael, true. I'm so much more able to let it go now than when I
Yeah.
was young, which is
Yeah.
facts.
But look how
A lot of us have
respectful
been
we
there.
are here. We're so respectful. We're not, I call it steamrolling. There's no steamrolling going on here. Or five people talking at once. You know,
Yeah.
I always say the older I get, the less I give a crap. It's like things that I used to care about and really were
mhm.
concerned with. Now I'm like, I don't have time for what? No, I don't care. What? No.
But you're living your truth, right? You're living your
Mm-hmm.
version of your truth.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke, I'm going to say something to you, and just tell me if you think this is true.
Go for it.
Okay, and it's not my saying; it's an old saying.
No, no, go for it. You know how
What
I'm
what
open.
you think of me is your business. It's not my business. What you choose to think of me is your business, not my business. And if you try to sway everyone to like you, you'll be exhausted and broken. It's
Mm-hmm.
you just be you and try your best to be kind each day. And some days you're going to fall on your face and you're going to get angry. But if you feel yourself getting angry, Smoke, or anybody,
Mm-hmm.
get off the broadcast. Shut it down. Even if it's
Mm-hmm.
abrupt and rude,
Yeah.
you're better to go. I ain't going there. Wish you all well.
Yeah.
Just
Because
and don't.
I've had my
And
moments. I've had a bad moment or two
oh, I know. I can
before.
feel it erupting in me when it gets to about here. And I've done it. I did it once in a karaoke. And someone said something. I think it was Colin, and he was like, "Well, this is seamless," and I was already frustrated. And I was just like, "Okay, you've just stepped on my last nerve." And I went, "Thank you. Have a great evening. Bye, everyone." And I think that was the nicest way of me saying "f you" in my head, and I clicked it off, and
Well,
everybody
that
went,
wasn't bad.
and
That could have been worse.
but you a few people went, "Oh boy, he's mad," and they knew
Yeah.
because I ended up so abruptly, but I didn't want to say anything that's going to shame the people I care about, right? And that it's not just about me. Plus, you don't want to lose a job.
No.
And the sad thing is, once it's out there, it's out there.
Yes.
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 You can try desperately to get rid of it, but somebody's got it
Never.
taped.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I have a shirt that says the internet never forgets.
No,
No. That's for
no,
good.
and it keeps you accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So just maybe think, is it worth the theater sometimes if it's used against you later? That's all.
No.
Right.
The value is
True.
only in the moment, if there is any value in it,
Yeah,
and this is usually, you know, not
but
in those situations.
broadcasting is very much like dating. You know, there's things you may do or say in the moment that aren't necessarily bright in the
Mm-hmm.
heat of the
Yeah.
moment.
In the heat of the
We do this.
moment.
We do this. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why?
I'm the same way. I'm the
Yeah.
same way.
Yeah. I just.
Somebody said the other day, you know what? We almost had it all. And I said, didn't we almost have it all?
You just
And you
break
can't
into
do
it
that.
sometimes, you know?
Well
Yeah.
done. Well
Yeah,
done.
yeah, that's how we rock. That's how we rock.
But it always baffled me that people would make any kind of judgment of me because I'm friends with somebody that they don't like. And I'm like, that's irrelevant.
Hmm.
What does that have to do with anything? I can
I
be
sort
friends
of
with who
look
I want to be.
Has that happened recently?
Nah.
No.
I sort of look on your face when Mike was saying that he had lost maybe 10 friends or 10 acquaintances because of his association with me. I saw the look on your face and you were like,
Mm.
You know, you on so I see where you're coming from, but it's weird. And and I've said this on the broadcast before because I come with negative press. So sometimes when I come on Mike's show, I
Mm.
have to explain my being here. Like, this is why Mike associates with me. I'm not
Mm.
who was on the show. But at first, when I joined the platform, I said to myself, because I see people up here, chatting and having
Yeah.
fun and stuff like that. And I said, well, you know what? I'm just going to stick to what I do because
Mm-hmm.
it's two different worlds. You understand what I mean? It's two
Mm-hmm.
different worlds kind of at the same time. So if you're playing two different, if you're yourself on one side, and then you're a host on the show on the other side. Okay, so I'm like, maybe that wouldn't mix too well, and apparently it doesn't mix too well with a lot of people,
Ash
or
has a
a
really good
percentage of
comment here,
people.
bud, and I think it applies. If you lose friends due to new friends, then they aren't true friends to begin with,
I
Makes
agree.
sense to me.
right? And I
Yeah.
think sometimes people get threatened when you have new friends. They feel like you won't have time for them, and and I find sometimes Happs can be, or the internet can be very grade 8 high school dance.
Mm, it's true.
Well, I
Past,
was going
I'm
to
way
ask her
past
to dance.
college at
Michael,
this
I was
point.
going to ask her to dance. Buddy, it was last song. I waited for you to
Mm.
make your move. Well, I was just getting in the groove. Buddy, you had 5 minutes left. You had 2 hours.
Oh
Well,
my gosh.
you know, so I hope to see more people in the future who are in the comments doing some form of broadcasting. And even if it's a guest,
Hmm.
even if it's a guest at first.
Yeah, pull up, like just come through.
Yeah, come up and test your skills. And when you're not feeling safe anymore, or you feel kind of like what am I doing up here, you can leave.
But Mike, sorry to interrupt you.
You can.
But since the since man, oh boy, I don't know how to even put this. Since the incident, but we're not gonna rehash the whole thing. But since the thing where say what Joe was joking about earlier about the not showing the face. See now,
Yeah,
some people that are coming up for their first time
yeah,
may be a little turned off now because they can't. You see how like you see my icon right now, so they
yeah,
may be like, well, some people. But remember, for those that are out there listening, every person has their own rules for their own podcast or their own broadcast.
yeah.
You understand? So
Hmm.
me, for example, you can come on my show just like you see this right here
Mm-hmm.
icon, because on my show on the podcast we also have a phone line where you can call in. So it's on my show I have no, because it's more it's a different platform. It's a different type of it's a show, so it's different.
Hmm.
More
So
like radio.
if you it's a radio show pretty much,
Yeah, it's
exactly, a
like
radio
call-in
podcast.
radio. Yeah.
Exactly. So at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and other people also think so I just want you guys to know that as well. You know what I mean? So everybody has their own thing. So don't be shy to come up. If you want to come up on some people's thing, they'll be like,
Yeah.
so give it a shot. It's fun, man. It's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cool.
And
In my
Thank you,
Periscope
Ash.
days,
Thank you, Ash. I
there's
see
a
you.
lot
Thank you.
there's
Go
a
ahead.
lot of people. I'm sorry. There's a lot of people that you can ask them. They'll say, "Oh, I'm from Periscope days. Oh, I broadcast because of Rick." Because I was always pushing people. It's like, "Come on, get online. I want to know what you know because I don't know stuff. There's stuff that I've said this before. Like there's
Yeah.
stuff to you that's completely common sense that to me I'm an idiot. I have no idea. So I want to
Yeah.
learn from you." And so many people have broadcast just because I kept pushing that.
And we should continue to do that, and make a safe format. Like if you know you're going to come in a room and get shredded, and that's what used to happen. And if unfortunately in atheist, spiritual, Christian, like I used to go in those rooms just to frustrate people because they would be
Boom.
like what do you believe? And they would be, well, that's wishy washy, and they didn't have a script for it. They didn't know how to murder me, basically. They would be, well, this doesn't fit, and he likes everyone, and he doesn't like Dogma, and oh, this just sucks.
Yeah,
This
Sue
is
just
new.
confirmed. Sue just
Hmm.
confirmed today. Look what she wrote.
Well,
She's one of them. She's broadcasting because of me.
yeah,
Nice. Oh yeah, I see in the chat. Yep.
yeah,
See, we're women. I
yeah,
broadcast because of Rick. Good job, Rick. So hopefully people get into it a little bit. Start off by just coming into people's thing. Be like, hey, could I come up? A lot of people will openly invite you up.
Yeah,
you guys,
but
you
like,
guys have probably heard this story before, but at the beginning of the year, I wanted to do 300 broadcasts. That was the goal,
Yep.
and I've done something like, I don't know, almost 600, and they're not all good. They're not all bad, but a lot of it, when I came back to Haps, I felt like I got educated. I went back to school. I did broadcasting. And, this will spill into your other life. So if you need to do a speech at work, or if you have to talk in front of your coworkers, or if you have to go sing karaoke somewhere and you couldn't do that before, you might be able to do that now. Like, you
For
look what
good or
Rick
bad, I
does.
bet they were. I bet they were all, whether good or bad. I bet they were all authentic though.
Yeah, so it's just, and I got kind of emotional the other day because I was like, I completed that goal. Because there were so many years where I would start something and kind of do it. And it was Randy W. Horton who said to me, he said, you got to be on every day,
Mm.
even when you don't want to. So he said, you want them to know that you're going to be on sometime. So they're going to be able to see you. And then they form a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day, when someone hacked my account, he said, well, you've made it. He said, you're in the big league now. He says, because if they're doing that, you're worth their time. He said, congratulations. He said, don't take that as a bad thing. That's a good thing.
Periscope people used to take my picture and change their profile to make it
Oh
look
yeah,
like me like a bunch of
yeah,
times, and I'm like, and they're like, somebody's faking you, whatever. And I'm like, okay, imitation is the highest form of flattery, I guess.
yeah,
But y'all know who I am. You
Wow.
know who's me. I'm showing my face. Are they? No, probably right. And I'm on video, so I don't really care. But another thing that helps too is when you have a set schedule and everybody knows it, so they know, oh, this is the time you
yes,
come on.
yeah.
That's a big difference. Makes a big difference.
Well, and a lot of people now, believe it or not, because we're crossing platforms. I don't know if
Mm.
Rick has noticed this, but I have a slightly different audience than I did 2 weeks ago since I've been talking to you. And I bet you have noticed you have a slightly different
Oh yeah,
audience.
I've
He's like
seen.
going, he's like, what is this? This must be Michael's people. Michael's.
Yeah, I've seen some so-called my people on other
Yeah,
people's broadcasts, and I'm like, you don't even know them. You just know them because I was on their broadcast.
right. But they feel comfortable because they trust your
Yeah,
judgment.
Yep.
yeah.
Yes. You're there, so they would think, okay, if
Yeah, it's
I
safe.
follow you, it's yes.
You make
Mike,
it
I got
safe.
nervous. I'm sorry. I got nervous. I was like, I didn't see any. What's the name? Somebody in the. Hold on. Let me scroll back to be
Mm-hmm.
exact.
Mm-hmm.
Said that Ash Pauls said, I look forward to your broadcast every day. I guess that was directed towards you, Mike. And today I came on, I looked on the
Yeah,
feed. I said, I haven't seen a broadcast from Mike. It was
yeah,
it was maybe early in the afternoon. I was like, come on, Mike. Something in the back of
No,
my head
I've
was
done
like,
that. I've done that.
he's
I go
like the
search
mailman. He's got to come through.
Michael
Like, come
Bathurst.
on,
Where's
Mike.
he
Where you
at?
at, man? Come on. Don't
Yep.
do it. Don't. Yeah, come on. Get at me. So it's
yeah.
all good.
Well, I was on twice today, so
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
earlier, because you know what it is. I got spoiled. Like some people got spoiled, used to you in the morning, and the platform change has.
As
I
soon
know
as
you
they
were
get the,
changing your time
as
first.
soon as they get the music back,
Yes.
I just don't have the wits to do what I'm doing right now at 6 in the morning, because I'm like
Yeah.
this.
Because this. Yeah. We just.
Hello, people.
Let me
Welcome
make
to
coffee. Take it over for a while.
Michael. You fell asleep again. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, yeah. No, you have to be on to do this.
Yeah.
Where in the morning, if I had the music, I could slowly wake up.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was like a crutch, and I could get in the vibe of the music, and I don't know. Um, but if
Let
I'm
the
on
coffee
every
kick
day,
in.
Mhm.
yeah. But he's right. Like once the music comes back, I want to do even if it's 20 minutes. Then people have something in the morning. I totally agree with that.
It's like driving to work in the morning. You turn your radio on in the car, and you kind of gets yourself going. Whether you're
Yeah,
listening to talk radio, whether you're listening to whatever, I listen to talk radio most of the time myself. But it'll get you going a little bit. It'll,
yeah.
you know,
But both of you
it's,
have been such immense blessings to me
No,
in
thank you.
in
thanks,
2021, and
and you too.
I feel
Yeah.
insanely grateful to have you both. And I think some people, especially when I was first doing Rex, they were like, "Oh my God, he's jumped
Holy
on the
roller.
He is on the Jesus train. There he goes. Choo choo. We all gotta serve somebody.
Listen, and yeah, and I spoke about that too. Listen, come on, man.
But I love
It's
this.
about
I love that
diversity,
we're bridging the
everything.
gaps between spirituality and I don't I really don't know your background, Smoke. I'm not really sure.
Well, to be
You
honest,
believe in a higher form, right?
I believe in the higher form.
Yeah.
I was raised both of my parents. I was raised in a Baptist Christian home.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as I got older, I kind of, stopped going to church. You know how that goes. It's not cool anymore and all of that stuff. Well, maybe you don't know how it goes, but for myself, this is my story. It's not
Yes.
cool to be in church anymore. You want to hang out in the street with your boys and all of that stuff,
Yeah.
And I kind of grew out of the faith. As I grew into my 20s, I kind of started looking into like different alternatives.
Yes.
But I couldn't really come up with anything that would really put me in any direction that would sway me from what I learned before, that would put me in a different direction, kind of either or. So I kind of just like stayed neutral, as in I believe in a higher power,
Yeah.
a higher authority, the creator. I believe in intelligent creation, and I'll just leave it at that.
That's beautiful. Rick, I have a request for you to sing
Mhm.
something. It's one of my all-time favorite songs. It's by the Commodores, and it's called "Jesus Is Love," and Lionel
Mm.
Richie sings it.
Oh wow.
Mm.
And when I would hit really rough patches in my life, I would play that song over and over again.
Let me write it down.
Yeah, it's called "Jesus Is Love," and it's gospel full on. I think it's the only religious tune they ever did, and I don't know. I think your voice could do it. I think it's in your range. I think you could comfortably do it. And I think it's a message that is timeless.
Cool. I'll look it up. So basically, for the songs, what I do is I go to YouTube
Mm-hmm.
and I look to see if there's karaoke or instrumental version of it,
Right.
and that's what I use. Um, some people are like, "Oh, sing this song," and I'm like, "I can't find a karaoke version. I'm not singing over somebody else. That's just weird to me."
Are you open
So
to doing Christmas carols
you
with
haven't been
me?
watching my broadcast then? Oh, okay. I was gonna say I've been doing Christmas carols.
No, no. I mean, like we do. I would call mediocre karaoke
Mm.
um, at best, and but it's fun and people enjoy it. We can't. The days of having 8 people sing at once and static and nothing matching up is done. They're still out there, in floating out there horribly in my mind, but I'm okay with that. But people enjoyed them, and I think for me, Christmas is the music and the lights and the trees, and I don't know. It's there's a sense of hope and renewal in Christmas, and I don't mean gifts and the commercial part of it, and I'm just for me just seeing the trees and the snow and really good Christmas music. Which
Mhm.
let's be honest. What is there? Maybe 20 Christmas songs. Really, there might be 20.
There's actually a lot. There actually is a lot.
I mean, but there's 20 that people do.
Like the
Okay,
classic, like the
The
gotcha,
core
Yeah,
classics. Yes.
gotcha.
yeah. You're right. There's a billion of them that never took on. But every once in a while, every generation, there's one that becomes a new classic.
Hmm.
Mm.
Every once in a while, a band will make one that's, and oh man, you strike gold when you do that because they'll get paid forever.
Yeah, Manuel, can we make a new Christmas song?
I
Why
was
not?
just reading that.
Yeah. It's funny you say
I'm
that because
down.
there was one that I made up years ago, and
Let us hear it this
and I
evening, Mike.
recorded. I can't do that. My wife will kill me. But
Okay.
uh, oh, there'd be death. You don't want to do that. no. But yeah, I should post it. If I can post it later, I'll play it in the show when we get the videos. It's a younger Michael. It's about 10 years ago, and it's just one I made up one day. Yeah, it's not very good, but I was inspired that day. So,
It's all
but
about inspiration.
well, a lot of the Christmas songs, if you think about it, even that are classics, are simple.
Hmm.
They're not you know like let it snow, let it snow, like just like, right.
Yeah,
They're not lyrical wizards. They're fun to sing,
because the
and I
kids,
think
yeah, the
they're
kids have to catch it. Yeah. Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
well.
Yeah.
Before we go, I'd love to end with this. You remember Puff the Magic Dragon lives
Puff
by
the
the sea?
magic dragon
Had no
lives
idea what
by
that
the
was about.
sea.
My name is Smoke. I
It's,
did.
I didn't. And
I'm
when I was a
joking.
kid, we used to sing it in school.
We all did. We all sung that.
Yeah,
That was a yeah.
yeah.
We were
I think
kids.
that should be your new name in 2024. Puff the Magic Dragon.
Oh gosh.
I'm living by the sea, baby.
Oh my gosh. I think
Sometimes I frolic in the autumn
smoke is
mist.
more figuratively than literally. Just for the record.
The world has changed a lot, though, in 2 years. Like, almost. You can go about 4 blocks now, and there is a dispensary now that, you know,
Mm,
and
true.
Oh. Hmm.
and where in Canada it's legal. And what's wild is I would say it's mostly people that I see going these places because I live in an older area,
Hmm.
and they're somewhere between 50 and 60 years old. And I think these are people that used to be Woodstock. You know what I mean? Like
Mm,
They look
that.
like it,
Well, no, they don't look like it,
like
but
the
that.
like.
policeman.
Yeah, free love and
Mhm.
yeah, I don't do acid. That kind of. I was at
Because I was gonna
Woodstock.
say some some pain relief for those aching joints too.
Right.
Sometimes, you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
and I think for a lot of people who are in chronic pain, it's a lot better than doing opiates.
Much better, much safer.
And
Well,
and
I'm not a medical. Don't take my advice.
yeah.
I would think it may be a little better than the opiate.
So Rick, are you still doing the crypto thing? You enjoying that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I'm hoping it goes up, 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 up.
It's one of those
Cha-ching.
things you got to remember too that around Christmas, the prices usually go down. So just think of it as a sale, and then when people get their life together, because a lot of people have to pay taxes, and there's people have to cash out to pay bills.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, and I think the best piece of advice I'd ever heard from someone was, don't do what everybody else is doing.
Hmm.
Go with your
Yeah.
gut, and
Yeah.
don't get
Don't
greedy.
follow the
If it
herd.
starts going up, get out and put
Yeah.
it in
Take
something
profits.
else. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
Exactly.
something is crashed, there's a good chance it's going to go up slightly. So jump on that for a bit. So you see a lot of
Hmm.
people doing that leapfrogging.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's
Up more
something
your
that you
grandma.
can learn for years. They take mastery, and that can be 20 years.
Yeah. Are
There's
you
and
okay,
it's
Warrior Grandma? Because she
Yeah,
said
I
what
was just get.
something throat
I'm
in her
sorry,
throat
Mike.
and she coughed blood.
I'm sorry.
You
Yeah, I
okay?
was just typing. Maybe you should call an ambulance and not take any chances, Warrior Grandma. I'm sorry to interrupt.
no, of course, go
Something
for it.
about
That I think this is more
they
important
call the
than
doctor tomorrow.
hmm
Um, if are you home alone for starters? If you are, I would suggest that you call paramedics to possibly keep it rather safe than sorry.
well,
Because
you
you
have
may not
every
want
right
to.
to be scared. She said it scared me.
Yes, your son is here, but he's sleeping. You may want to wake him up and just let him know that you're not feeling too good, so he can use some judgment and kind of assess the situation. I would think. Yeah, wake him up. Let him know that you're not feeling too good. All right, and let him kind of maybe decide on what you guys should do. I
I
think.
love Bobby. Bobby saying material will not buy you happiness, but
No.
it'll keep you warm, dry, fed, Bobby, and
Yeah.
that's the key.
Yeah. Wake him
Everything
up.
above warm, dry, fed is important. Any day that you can say that you have a shelter and you
Yes. Yes.
ate,
Wake him up. Hmm.
yeah. I love how
And
we're
they,
having two separate conversations at the
No,
same
I'm
time.
sorry. No, I'm sorry
No,
because
no, I
I'm
don't. No,
just,
but
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
Haps. That's
I get a
Haps.
little, yeah.
and
I'm
even
sorry.
in the Christian world, because people misquote, money is the root of all evil. That's not what it says in the
Mm.
Bible. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. We need money to
It's
survive. I
essential.
mean, duh. That's the way we function.
Well, the people that are very
Unfortunately.
successful have learned to be in the frequency of money. They know how to attract it to themselves. They know how to maintain it. They're like a magnet to it. I have friends like that, and that is their superpower. They know how to make money. Other parts of their lives, not so much. They haven't, but you just, for some people, that's all that matters. And I think that is where you're saying it's not the best idea. Everything in balance. But,
Yes.
I think wanting a better life for yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. Or living the American dream, I think that's, if anything, very honorable. If you see what people have built from nothing.
Hmm.
In the, I've seen people amass fortunes within 10 years. I've seen people lose fortunes within 5
Yeah.
years. So
Yeah.
you
True.
have to
True.
be, you have to be careful. Guys,
Yep.
I am going to head to bed. So indirectly, I guess I did
Me
do a
too.
morning broadcast. Everybody, it's
Yes.
December 1st. And take
Happy
care of each other out
December.
there. And if you're not feeling well, maybe go to the Emerge.
Yes. Yes. I
Is
believe
it,
she went to go wake her son up just to, you know,
how far are you away from a hospital? That's the other thing too.
uh, I think
I'll
she
pray for her.
signed off to go wake up her son so they could talk
Yeah.
about it. Yeah. So
Well, she's
she
going to
may have
save an
signed off.
ambulance drive too. If
Over
Oh,
10
10
miles.
miles.
Okay. Yeah. Wake him up, and you guys should talk about it
drive,
or call
I would,
911 if you need some help.
yeah,
Yeah.
or
Or
But I
even
say
would
if you,
he's
wake him up.
sorry.
yeah, it'd be a good idea to figure out that's not a normal function.
Yeah. Wake him
Yeah.
up. I would do that.
Blood blood coming out of weird places is not good.
Yeah, I would
So
definitely wake him up and let
yeah,
him know what's going on. Go ahead,
now
Mike. I'm sorry. So what's
Smoke and I
yeah.
have sang before. So in the future, when we won't wake up the neighborhood, maybe we'll do a Christmas show.
I'm down.
Uh,
I'm down.
Preferably not 3 hours. That's how these karaoke things go.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't
Now
know why.
I have a friend, Jason Wallace. He's part of our Jesus Did a Team thing,
Yeah.
and he's like an IT genius. And in his broadcast, he broadcasts only on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
He uses the Mule. Have you ever heard of that one? It's like
No.
Mule with an S in front of it. So he, like I said, he's an IT genius. He literally sings with people all around the world, and it's in sync and everything. Like
Yeah.
he's super smart.
There's programs that do that. That's what we
Yeah.
need. I need that expertise. And yeah, so we don't. It's only semi painful and not fully painful.
Mm.
We're have a great night, guys.
You as well.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Be
Peace.
good. Thank you for both being here. And
Thanks for
I
having us.
honestly I meant what I said earlier. Great blessings having you guys. Thank
Thanks
you.
for having.
You
Same
too.
All
here,
You
right.
too.
man. Same
Take care.
here.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yes.